You know what's cool? Demons. You know what's better? Fighting demons. You wanna know what's even better than that? Humans hunting demons to fight demons. So obviously, this video is about Welcome to Demon School Iruma. That is, in my opinion, the best modern shonen coming out right now. Move over Black Clover. Move over Attack on Titan. Move over Kimetsu no Yaiba. Move over Jujutsu Kaisen. All these series be mid as hell, and let me tell you why. Iruma doesn't waste your time, and it also feels just so good. Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, all these series have one thing in common. They're too freaking dark. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like sometimes you want to have like a good palette and sometimes you want to have some good stuff, but I'm not sure what it is about the anime community, but we refuse to allow anything that is not overly dark to really get ultra high ratings. I think the highest I personally can think of is Gintama, but to be fair, how many people have really seen Gintama? Really, in the mainstream anime community? Not many. We hate shonen that try to be funny as like a main thing, and I think that's extremely sad, to be honest. Just so depressing all the time. Maybe that's why half the anime community feels like their dads went out for cigarettes and never came back. It's just everyone is always so salty and everyone always feels like they're listening to nonstop Linkin Park that you just realize when you take a moment and you just sit back and sit down that you think, damn, I want to watch literally anything else. Again, I'm going back to take Attack on Titan, take Jujutsu Kaisen, take Black Clover. You know what all these guys have in common? Big demons inside. Aaron's got his fucking Titan. Itadori's got a literal demon inside of him. Black Clover, again, literal demon inside of him. All of these guys are so freaking edgy, and granted, even though all of them slap, that doesn't mean that when it's test night and I'm stressed out of my mind, the one thing I want to watch right now is Attack on Titan, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and all these fucking uber dark shows that obviously try to make me cry and always succeed. I want to have a show that I can just sit down, I can just watch, and I can just vibe with. That's the thing about the anime community that I feel like is always so weird. We're all so obsessed with sniffing our own farts that we can't realize that shows that are just trying to be kind of lighthearted fun really get shat on. Like, oh my god, like even Konosuba, which I think is like the most infamous version of that, all of its clones kind of get dogged on as well. Like, Overly Cautious Hero, that show was awesome. If you're telling me that it's not awesome, go to the back of the room. We'll talk later. Or a recent one that I watched, Black Company. This show is freaking awesome. I think it's almost as good as Konosuba. If you like funny shows, go ahead and go check this one out. But those two shows are not Konosuba. And those shows just get dragged through the rains, get raked through the mud. I remember when Black Company and Redo, actually not Redo of Healer, and Overly Cautious Hero just was starting to come out, and they kind of got raked through the mud. And the thing was, Overly Cautious Hero only really started gaining traction when those last two episodes happened. The ones, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, where the thing happens. Basically, what I'm saying is to be an anime fan is to wade through oceans and oceans of dark, depressing stuff. And granted, a lot of that dark, depressing stuff is really fucking tasty. Like, mmm. But so much of it sometimes just feels like you watch it like over and over and over again. I can't be surprised when I talk to a lot of my fellow weebs, and all of them seem like, they got some of that anime disease going on. They're starting to look like Sasuke, they start embodying the memes, and before you realize it, they got a Naruto tattoo or they get a Berserk brand, and then they're too far gone at that point. What we need to understand is that if you want to really enjoy anime, you gotta start looking for what you consider to be bad. And by bad, I mean happy, lovely fun. And that is what Iruma is. As I've said before, it doesn't really take itself too seriously. Again, it's about a kid who gets dragged off to the demon world, Isekai, trope plotline number 505. activate, go. But what's really good about it is the fact that it has three main tenets of those previous shows, like say One Piece, that really make it shine. One, world building. Even though we haven't really left the school that much in terms of the actual show, the author's taken his time to really try to build the world and make Irma feel like a more living, breathing, more complete experience. On the other hand, we also have like really good action, really good side characters. One of the best parts of Irma is the fact that it's not just the main character who gets all the time. The best characters, in my opinion, are the rest of the class. Irma is just there for you to have someone to, vibe with, for someone that you can just watch through this giant lens. Obviously, he does grow over time, but what's really important is how the entire class grows. In this case, I honestly think it's better than My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia recently has really focused on Deku and trying to expand his character and power set, and that's kind of what the entire series of My Hero was trying to be, is trying to show just this character's evolution. There's a few moments with, Bakugo and Todoroki that's obviously them trying to grow, but nowhere near as much as Iruma. In Iruma, you have swathes of chapters where you don't even see the main character and you don't even care at all because they're all so likable and awesome. I don't really want to go into how they're all awesome because, spoilers, but like just know that every single one of these characters are unique in their own way and fun in their own way. Some of them are kind of tropey, not gonna lie, but like they rock those tropes. Man, they rock those tropes. And finally, I think the reason why Iruma is so good is that there is this. I don't want to even call it a side plot line. I'm going to call it more like a back plot because it is very important going on in the background. Where I'll put it like this: even though it starts off as like a typical harem show, it really tries to take one of those relationships and just runs with it in a way that you wouldn't think a show like this would. It's very heartwarming and it's very well paced, so it always feels like it's in good taste and never in like a way that it's just trying to take advantage of the situation for clicks or views or people to buy the comic or whatever. It always feels like the author is just doing it for fun, and that's really what makes it something special. I mean, again, is it perfect? No, it's got some problems. Like sometimes some of the chapters kind of drag. Sometimes some of the art's not the best. Sometimes some of the characters just do dumb shit, and sometimes some of the villains just suck. But overall, what's even though it's not perfect, it is, in my opinion, amazing just how much perfect stuff there is in this series. Like again, you're not gonna find, Aaron Yeager rolling up with his brooding macho whisper, getting ready to take down, you know, the Nazis or whatever. You're not gonna get any big old death scenes, and you're especially not gonna be getting anything that has you on the edge of your seat, nonstop jaw drop action. That is not what this series is about. This series is about one thing, and that's making you feel great in your own skin. You read Iruma, and I guarantee you that you will not have a day that you read it that doesn't feel kick ass afterwards. Like, if there's one thing that this series does well, better than honestly anything I've seen, maybe barring Gintama, is the fact that its aftertaste is delicious. You will watch an episode of Iruma, you will read a manga chapter of Iruma, and you will get out feeling awesome, complete, not sad at all, and you had a good time, and you will feel amazed for being an anime fan yet again. Like, again, you're not going to be getting anything like FAB, you're not going to be getting Kimetsu no Yaiba, you're not going to be getting plot like that, but if you just are in the mood for something, if you're like me who is tired about the endless slog of dark shit and you want to have a moment where you can just go outside, touch grass, look at the sun, and be like, damn, today's a good day, this is the show for you.